walk the earth in harmony. El Jardín de la Paz is a vibration that I want to vibrate out to everybody that comes through here, so everybody can feel love, and that everybody can find their own inner strength to be in their power, so that they can go from here and just start to live their life in alignment with their heart, actually.
Yeah.
With their heart, because the brain can know something, but I feel like it doesn't matter. This is how we live. One time the ayahuasca showed me, it doesn't matter what food you eat, doesn't matter how much meditation, what kind of thing you do, what you believe in, it does not matter. All that matters is how we live from our hearts, and for me that's how the medicine shows us. We don't all have to come here and all become curanderos or healers, you know. We can come here and learn what we can do as individuals to live whatever may be our true happiness from our heart. Motorbike racing, I know, helping others, first aid, plant medicine, yoga, meditation, spirituality, or just doing what you do in normal day life and just loving it. Just loving it, whatever it is, you know, because it all just is, doesn't matter. It's what Spirit keeps showing me to do, is to give and to help everybody around here. And it's really important that that happens through this centre. I think plants are super important because these plants are very, very strong. Like 20 or so that we work with here. Chuchuwasha, Ranaku, Akusacha, Chirixanango, Ayauma, Kamalonga, Shiwawaku, Ushpawasha Sanango, Uchu Sanango, all these plants, these are very, very, very strong plants. So I know they have a way, I feel like, of getting really deep into the tissues, into the cells of the people, into changing the actual structure of the body, the cells, everything gets in there. And for me it's important because, well, for the world it's important because it's the earth. It comes from the earth. The earth gives us everything we need, and medicine is part of that the earth gives to us. And knowledge is forgotten of the plants. I mean, there's the Mother Earth is everywhere. It's the earth. There's plants everywhere. It's only generations have forgotten the knowledge of the grandmothers and the grandfathers, because 200 years ago it's what there was. 300 years ago, 400 years ago, however long, our grandmothers, grandfathers were using plants for healing everything that they could. I mean, yeah, I definitely feel that pharmaceutical medicine has its time and place also, but not just for people just to take a pill to dull the pain, because dulling the pain with the pill is not curing the sickness, whereas the plants go to the root of the sickness. And there is other ways. There's meditation, there's yoga, tai chi, qigong, by whatever means one must find to heal themselves. Plant medicine is one way, and it's not for everybody. It's not a path for everybody. It's not an easy path. One thing we stress when people come here, we do our best to make it comfortable, we do our best to make it light and happy, but it's sometimes it's not a pill, but sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow, hard plant to swallow, you know, because the plants take us and show us things that we haven't been able to see. Sometimes things that have happened in the past that we've suppressed, that we've just covered up by junk food, garbage, telly, whatever way one must find to occupy oneself by not seeing what has caused the root of why one may feel how they do. So yeah, here it's not always easy, it's not always a vacation, but it's very rewarding, and the plants can help people to to heal themselves, to heal their sickness, the body, the emotional aspect, the physical aspect, the spiritual aspect. So this is, the plants are combining the spiritual, the emotional and the physical all come together, which helps the body to get well and to be well and to give us energy to get up, to live, to wake up, to live now. So yeah, it's healing ourselves, healing our relations, healing our family, healing ourselves, and finding ways that we can, as individuals, heal our surroundings, friends, family, circles of people. For me, that's, I don't know, what I find these amazing miracle plants do, help us to heal ourselves, and that's, I think, where it starts. To get up and to live, because now it's time to live, now it's time to give, now it's time to get up and just say, okay, let's be the change.
Yeah.
You know, people have heard, be the change that you want to see. It's so true. Humanity, people blaming this person, blaming that thing, blaming this conspiracy, blaming this food, blaming this. Blame. But the reality is, it's all happening right here. So the world cannot change until we change, until we can find the inner fuerza, the energy to go, okay, it's down to me. I mean, don't put the weight of the world on your shoulders and all this, but you know, I think it's important just for people, for me to, just to remember that it is how it is because I am how I am. If that makes sense. And to go and just be the change, and to forgive, let go, you know, say it's okay, we all make mistakes, we're all human beings. So perfectly imperfect, the perfectly imperfect perfection. I know. You know, so imperfectly perfect, nobody's perfect, but we're perfect at the same time.
Yeah.
And just having the courage and the love just to let go of the past, things that happened in the past, and just say, okay, accept your brother for who he is, and remembering, you know, situations, you know, this person's had his own, or she's had her own lives, and our mums and dads, grandfathers, maybe we didn't always get along with a parent or something, but they've also had their own story. So remembering, you know, that we all have our own stories, and when we can learn just to accept people for who they are, I guess everything is just maybe easier. How did I arrive to Peru, or how did
you have a center here when you're doing this work? You have immense vision.
I came to
How
Peru
did that
like
happen?
5.5 years ago. I surf, so I've been surfing now for 15 years. So surfing has always been a passion of mine. I think I'll be a surfer till the day I die, and then I'll be surfing the cosmos again when I when I go out. But surfing led me here. I'd always travelled since I was 14, 15, searching the world for waves, and trying to stay healthy and free, and surfing is one of those things that have really helped me to maintain, I know, a healthy life and physical health, and being connected to the ocean and going to places in nature. So surfing led me here. I read a book when I was 15 called Children of the Matrix by David Icke, and at that time I was I grew up in Devon in the southwest of England. On the weekends I would take a bus or a train to a place called Newquay in Cornwall, which on a bus, on a train would be like 2.5 hours. If you drove in a car, it'd be like an hour and a half. And on weekends I'd go there, I'd camp on the beach, I'd go surfing. I was a little kid. Thankfully I had parents that were kind of let me do this type of stuff at such a young age. And I came into contact with one guy called Roger Trebilcock, an amazing guy, an amazing friend, a very special person to me. And he owned a hostel right on the main road that went down to the beach. And he was like, he doesn't live there anymore, but very good surfer. And every time surfing on that beach, he would just be so fine-tuned into the waves and to the tides and to the energy of the other surfers, and he would find all the good waves. He would never cause a fuss or a fight like sometimes it happens surfing for some reason when it's so busy, and he would just be tuned in, get all the good waves, and just a super cool guy. And he owned this hostel, so I ended up staying at this hostel a couple of times and became friendly with him, and he gave me the time of day, being such a young kid, and he gave me time in the night, so I'd go sit with him. He would work the 6 till 12 shift. It was his hostel, but he would kind of do the evenings, so he'd have all days off, and in the evenings he would just be there, and we'd sit together, we'd watch surf videos, and we'd talk about travelling. And he had this book, and it was Children of the Matrix, and I just remember leaning over over the counter of the reception, and he was there reading his book, and I'm just a curious boy, so I asked him what this book was about, and he would tell me what he was reading about, and I was very interested. A lot of conspiracy stuff, what's going on in the world, all this type of thing, the powers that control, all this stuff. Anyway, I ended up buying the book when I was like 15, 16. And at this moment, I got a job, and I was shop fitting around the UK. It was a small job, short amount of time. I could save some good money, so I could save my pennies, take my surfboard and go overseas. And I had this book, and I remember getting to the page, and David Icke talks about his experience with ayahuasca, and he had some experience on some sacred mound up near Cusco, where during the time that he was here working with the plants, he received a lot of information and a lot of insight. And in that moment, when I read that, I know something was like resonating with me and say, you need to travel all these places first you want to go to around the world, go surfing, get it out your system, and when you come to Peru, you're going to live in Peru. I don't know, I just felt it, but I never held any attachment to it. It was just kind of a knowing, and I was like, okay, whatever. I travelled a lot before I came here, and I came here surfing travelling with my girlfriend at the time, and I knew about the plants. I wasn't coming here to I wasn't looking for the plants, I was here looking for waves, actually. And I came here, and within 2 weeks I met one guy on the coast in a town called Pacasmayo, which is another story altogether. And he connected me here with Tarapoto, and I felt I just followed it, and I drank my first ayahuasca ceremony. It was very strong. Did a couple of tobacco purges and a couple of plants beforehand to have my experience, and then I left the jungle for 6 months. And then I finally came back after 6 months. I did my first initiation with the diet at one center. That's no longer there now, Katari, the old Katari. But I did my first dieta, and the plants just opened me up and said, stay here and learn. And that's what I did. And then one thing led to another, Later I met Carlos. I did a couple of dietas with Carlos, and in one dieta I got the message clear that I was to build a maloca and to create this vision, and it was all about walking the earth in harmony. walk the earth in harmony. That's what kept coming to me, and then I got the name El Jardín to the Paz, the Garden of Peace, and that's what I was shown. The place would be called, and everything kind of emanates from within.
Thank you.